This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Find out how the Pennsylvania State Police and Capitol Police are helping Ukraine, and we take another outdoor adventure with Kent Jackson next. Hello one and all, and thank you for your time today. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Polls opened on Tuesday for a special election for state representative in the 116th district. People in that area are choosing who will represent them until November 30th. That's the remainder of the term held by former state representative Tara Toohill, who's now a Luzerne County judge. On the ballot in the special election are Democrat Amilcar Arroyo, Republican Robert Schnee, and Libertarian Paul Swalina. The polls close at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, and as the votes are counted, we'll keep you updated on the race on our Facebook page, and you can also get updates at standardspeaker.com. Recently, the Pennsylvania State Police and the Pennsylvania Capitol Police found a way they could help Ukraine during the ongoing war in that country. Their effort is the topic of today's news feature.
We're here to announce that we are working with our federal partners to obtain regulatory approval to ship equipment to war-torn Ukraine. The Pennsylvania State Police and the Pennsylvania Capitol Police are sending used body armor that will potentially save the lives of humanitarian workers or Ukrainian police officers. PSP recently issued new body armor to some of our members, and these sets were slated to be destroyed. They were deemed surplus and scheduled to be destroyed shortly. However, it heartens me to know that the equipment will now be put to good use.
Every day, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Capitol Police take pride in carrying out their duties to ensure safety of our citizens and protect their way of life. We are honored to partner with the Pennsylvania State Police and the administration to be part of the efforts to help the citizens of Ukraine do the same thing through the donation of protective equipment. Our agency has donated 24 ballistic vests and 15 ballistics helmets that we no longer are able to use. But these items could make a big difference in keeping people safe in Ukraine. That especially applies to the humanitarian workers and rescue workers who put themselves in danger while trying to get civilians out of danger.
This is really a really nice thing that the state police and the Capitol Police are doing. This is surplus equipment that would be thrown away otherwise, and pending the approval of the federal government, will hopefully go on to the folks in Ukraine who need it, to make sure that they're safe as they can possibly be, given what they're going under. So this is part of what Pennsylvania is doing to support the courageous people in Ukraine. And our support is, I think, warranted. I mean, we admire the courage of the Ukrainians, but we also have some personal stake in what's going on there. Pennsylvania has the second highest number of Ukrainian descendants in the United States, of any state in the United States. And so I think it's fitting that Pennsylvania does this kind of thing.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Falvello Law Firm. Have you been injured in a car accident? Call Falvello Law Firm. Your case is our fight.
The ducks were dabbling on the water. These ducks are mallards. They don't dive deep for plants to eat, but they'll just dip their beaks under and strain through the serrated edges the crustaceans, mollusks, insects, and plants that keep them going. Each day they'll fly for miles, first thing in the morning, and again in the afternoon on expeditions looking for food, and that might be what brought them to this pond in the middle of a golf course in Cunningham. The Valley Country Club is a little more than 100 years old, and if we'd been back in Cunningham in those days, maybe before the pond was built, the ducks that we had seen in the area might not have been mallards as commonly. Black ducks were more often sighted in those days, but mallards have increased throughout the eastern flyway because of their ability to interbreed with other ducks, and also because, in addition to dabbling in the water, they're pretty good at picking up grain and other plants inland from farm fields. Ducks that I saw included an adult pair and also some younger ducks. They weren't babies though. This is the time for the hens to stay on the nest, but the ducks that I saw that were younger could have been a year old and also ready to mate for this coming season. Mallards will have a dozen or more eggs in a clutch. If a predator should strike the nest before they hatch, they'll try a second time with fewer eggs. The nests are usually built on the ground in grassy areas that the mother duck will use to camouflage her nest while she's sitting on the eggs. Wherever the ducks make a nest, it's usually near water, and when they're on the water, mallards are very good at leaving it. They don't even need a running start. They can just take off, and that's what these ducks did once they saw me.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Wednesday. Rain likely mainly before 1 p.m. It will be cloudy with a high near 53 degrees. We have a 60% chance of precipitation. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch possible. On Wednesday night, a 70% chance of rain mainly after 2 a.m. It will be cloudy with a low around 45 degrees. Winds could gust as high as 21 miles per hour. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch possible. On Thursday, a 90% chance of rain and possibly a thunderstorm before 5 p.m. Then rain likely. We'll have a high near 50 degrees. On Thursday night, rain likely before 8 p.m., then a chance of showers and thunderstorms between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m., then a chance of showers after that. It will be mostly cloudy with a low around 40 degrees, and we have a 60% chance of precipitation. On Friday, a 40% chance of showers after 2 p.m. It will be partly sunny with a high near 53 degrees. On Friday night, a 30% chance of showers before 8 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 36 degrees. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers after 2 p.m. It will be partly sunny with a high near 49 degrees. And on Saturday night, a 30% chance of showers before 8 p.m. It will be partly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. Now the SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. Gabby Terracino had a home run and 3 RBIs in Hazleton area's softball win over Berwick. Morgan Kelly struck out 16 and hit 2 triples in Marion's win over MMI. Coming up, the Cunningham Valley Civic Organization is getting ready to open their pool, and we talk with 2 swimmers who won PIAA state medals at MMI Prep.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Donald Lee Cook, age 81, of Drums, the Croton News Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Joan A. Googly Minnie, age 89, of Hazleton, services will be provided under Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Monica Gerzenza of McAdoo, the Stanley and Lasky Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Paul F. Mallon of Hazleton, the Fierro Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Frank M. Morrison, age 64, of Wilkes-Barre, the Drudzutsky Funeral Home in Wilkes-Barre is assisting the family. David E. Ritzik, age 60, of McAdoo, services will be held at the convenience of the family under the Frank J. Bonham Funeral Home. Byron C. Roth, Sr., age 94, of Danville, a funeral service will be held on Monday at 12 noon at the Vineski Funeral Home in Danville. Friends may call on Monday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon at the funeral home. Elizabeth M. Stefanowski, age 95, of Hazleton, the Frank J. Bonham Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Violet Weir, age 97, of McAdoo. Mass will be held on Wednesday at 11 a.m. at Church of All Saints. Friend may call on Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Stanley and Lasky Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Emily G. Wersinger, age 83, of Pardisville. A memorial service will be held on Friday at 11 a.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call on Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.